G'day all and welcome to the fan cams. That's 9 wins in 10 and that is Derby 61 in the books. 3 wins in a row. Fremantle beat the West Coast Eagles by 49 points. 126 to West Coast 12-5, 77. Inaccuracy is obviously going to be a main talking point. And I think you'll find out that the main talking point is that I'm very sick. I'm going to struggle to get through these fan cams. So I'm not sure how long these will last, considering, I'm not really sure how much there is to talk about. I don't know if we've gotten a lot from this game, except for the fact that Hayden Young's an absolute jet. Murphy Reed's the best Reed to ever play the game. Eat your heart out, Sam Reed. I hate to say it. Andy Brayshaw, 32 touches. Michael Frederick, career high 4. It was just a beautiful day. We got the dub. 18-18, as I've already mentioned. Not ideal, but what can you do? Well, you can kick straight up. That's exactly what you can do. Now, we won't be taking any lids off today because, it's not really one of those performances. And neither will next week if we beat Carlton. However, the tough run starts after that. Port Adelaide, Brisbane Bulldogs to end the season. We're taking it 1 week at a time at the moment. We've been in West Coast this week. Let's do the same to Carlton next week. And let's just keep on rolling. Josh, get your wild story out of the way. I saw this comment. What's the wild? I'm so sorry. I'm going to be coughing that much. When I have people on the fan cams, I'll have a cough button so you won't hear me. But yeah, massive apologies. Get the wild story out before we jump into the fan cams. Unfortunately, you're 20 beers deep, so shan't be participating. Hope to speak to you later in the week. Go Dockers and go Beers. Cheers, Zach. Enjoy your beers, mate. Yeah, bit of jealousy, I'd say. Good that we won, but hate to be a Debbie Downer. Out of a combined 36 scoring shots, we only mustered 126 points out of a possible 216. And a real big percentage rocket booster. Percentage is still not strong. Yes, not ideal. That really got set up for us to have a huge percentage boost, and we just did not take it. So a little bit frustrating in that aspect, but not the end of the world. Harley Reid, Murphy Reid. I love that Murphy over Harley was a joke at the start of the season, and now is so true. Yeah, I know. He is so good. 15 score involvements for Murph. And Harley was he was being that guy today. He was just getting under our skin. It was frustrating, and I'm so happy we got the 4 points in emphatic fashion. So I missed TJR. I'm going to assume you've misspelt the, but you also haven't finished your sentence. So not sure where you're going with that, Josh. If we went for that last quarter, I honestly say today was our most dissatisfying win we've had this year. I really should have won we actually should have won by 90 or 100. It was really frustrating. Even if you take off 8 of our behinds and turn them into goals, that's 26 goals, 10, 166. Need to be taking our chances. All right, let's get into the fan cams. I'll do my best to battle through these. Tanu, you're up first, mate, if you're ready. 1 second, he says. Perfect comeback for Hayden Young winning the medal. Yeah, it was. Great to see Youngie. 4 quarters back and already won a medal. Tanu.
Hey, yo. Yeah, that was... You know what? It's fine. I feel like if we were going to have a bit of a dip, it's not that bad to have a dip. And also, I think this happens to quite a few teams that play West Coast. If you come up against complete shite, it's hard to be great.
Yep.
You get the same energy that you get back.
Their level.
Exactly. They give shit energy, you give it back. That's just how it works. So it would have been nice to win by 150 points, but I'd prefer to be inaccurate against West Coast than come up against Carlton next week and have the same kind of thing. Because I feel like Carlton might come back and be a bit more punishing than West Coast. Yeah, they're still crap, but they're better than West Coast.
Team. Yeah, exactly right. Just going off what you just said, West Coast haven't really been beaten by a whole lot this year. So 49 points to Richmond as well last week, 26 points to Port, 59 to the Giants, 29 to Collingwood, 34 to Carlton, 10 to North, 43 to Geelong. They don't get beaten by a whole lot. So it's not you look at that scoreline, and if you got given that scoreline before the game, you'd absolutely take it. It's probably just how the game played out for those 3 quarters, which sort of put a few worries in there. Who you today?
I loved Murph. I would have loved, I don't know, there's a bit of me, I know it was good that Young won it, but part of me really wanted Murphy to like be given the medal, because I just think that would have, also I think that would have really bolstered his rising star chance.
Yeah, 100% would have gone the mainstream media attention if he hasn't already been getting it. So that would have been
exactly. It would have been one of those first year player gets best on ground, blah blah blah. You know,
yeah.
He's only one of these 4 other players to ever do that, or whatever it is.
Exactly right. It would have been nice to give him a bit more mainstream attention. To be honest, like with 5 minutes to go in that last, I was sort of like, I was just looking through the AFL app and I was thinking about the game, and I honestly could not come to a conclusion on who would win the medal. Like usually with most derbies, you sort of get a gauge on who's going to win it. But we had so many really good performers. Only 3 players got votes, funnily enough. It was Hayden Young, Andy Brayshaw, and Murphy Reid who got the votes. I think Murph came 3rd, Andy 2nd. But yeah, they were apparently the clear 3 best on. I thought Shea Bolton played well. And I thought our back stood up pretty well too.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a great game overall. It's nice just to sit back and kind of know you're going to win. I think there is still a bit of nervousness before it starts, because before Collingwood, you go, oh, if we lose, I'm not going to be too disappointed. But before West Coast, I was sitting down going, oh, if we're going to lose this, I'm going to be bitterly disappointed for a week.
Yeah, exactly right. It's just the expectation with just being a good team and having to beat a team like this so comprehensively. And I think 49 points is a pass mark. You know, it's hard to speak about a game like this because this was always like, I know it's a derby, but in context of the ending to the season, it is classified a bit of a dead rubber, just walk over, get the win. So it's hard to even speak about these games too much. Like last week was absolute elation, beat Collingwood at the MCG, yada, yada, yada. But these are the ones you just rock up, win, and don't speak too much about it afterwards. And I think we play well against the good teams anyway.
Yeah, I will point out, I think because maybe like West Coast, when we knew we were going to win, I felt like some of the efforts were a bit low. I could see like less trying for the 1%. I saw a few people, I saw Voss like kind of just jogging around at some point, even though it was great. But I remember seeing one just going, you could have tackled him, you know, like that kind of not going for every single contest. I wonder if that, and part of me does wonder if that was nearly a let's try and not get injured type strategy. But I feel like Longmuir would have just been like 110%. Doesn't matter who we play, doesn't matter where, doesn't matter what quarter.
It's funny. I actually realised that or recognised that too. It was the first or second quarter, and there's just a few instances where Vossi could have absolutely smashed someone, and he usually would. Like, I reckon he would have done it last week. I reckon he would have done it against Hawthorn the week before. But he just chose to be a bit more conservative and just apply pressure rather than putting on a tackle. So it was interesting. I'm not sure if it was a tactic or whatnot, but there was certainly a lack of hunger in the first half, I thought. And I think our skill just made up for it.
Yeah, exactly. We're just a more polished side. And thinking and tangenting a little bit, seeing today, you just see how important Hayden Young is to this side. And I talked about this to like my partner's whole family. They're massive Essendon supporters. So they only listen to everything that's Essendon side kind of thing. And they live over East. And like they barely knew about any of our players, but I mentioned to them, I was just like, I think Hayden Young might be the most important player in the team. And I was saying this before the start of the season. Like, I think he's the most important. He seems to be the best kind of link up, kind of the butter of the team that just kind of brings everything together. And today it kind of like really showed. He played, 70 minutes, less 65 minutes of the game. And there's 120 minutes, I think. They played a touch over half the game time. Best on ground. Yeah, just which kind of says coming into finals, he's just kind of the most important puzzle piece that needs to be protected and be ready to go in those in that big game against Brisbane, for the Dogs, and then for the final series, hopefully.
Absolutely. It's just so I can't believe we've just got a wild card to bring back at this point in the season when we're already humming. And then, Hayden Young rocks up, kicks 3 goals from the midfield in 3 quarters in a derby. Yeah, pretty impressive. Our forward line really got going probably in the second half today.
Yeah.
To be honest, the first half I was really, really disappointed about, but second half and in particular the fourth quarter, the forwards really got going. What do you make of them?
Yeah, it was good for Freddie to kick his best
Yeah,
ever bag of 4. And then what? Yeah, Reed having like just an incredible amount of score assists. Tracy was a little bit down. I mean, he's good around the ground. I don't think he had a bad game. I just don't think he had a Tracy game.
hmm I'd agree. Yeah, I also think some of our key forwards struggled to apply pressure, and that's usually Josh Tracy's forte. You know, he wasn't really at that today. Let's talk about Jai Amos though, because he was by
Yeah,
far our best key forward, and
yeah,
finally he's going to get his flowers.
yeah, definitely. He was, yeah, and he worked his way up into the defense. Like I saw him in there 2 or 3
I think he
times,
was lining up on the
which was
wing a few
really,
times. That's the only because Jamie Cripps was manning up on him defensively, so that's the only sort of explanation I could have.
yeah. I mean, but I kind of liked it to tell you the truth. Like, you know, if he's sitting down the back and he must, I mean, I think if you're that far forward and you're sitting there for, 80% of the game and you get 2 touches, you must have a lot of juice in your tank. So run down the field, get to the defense, like help out a bit there, and then like run all the way back. You'll have more legs than everyone else.
Absolutely. Well, again, we ran out we ran out the game really, really well. Like, yes, they kicked a few goals late, but I think in terms of our fitness, we sort of ran the game out. And some of the speedy guys ran out of gas. So yeah, that's a strength that continues to show week in,
Yep.
week out, and particularly towards the back end of the season.
Yep, he was good. I feel like Amos is coming through. I mean, did he kick 2? Was it 2-2 or 3-2 or something this round? This
Amos kicked 3. Yeah.
3. I mean, that's good. That's a fantastic day for Amos or pretty much any key forward. And he just needs to try and keep it up. Although there was one where it was super tight angle, and I've seen Amos kick like bananas before, and part of me was going, why isn't he doing more bananas? Like, surely he can do some more snaps. He can snap, and he's good at a snap. I know he's the drop punt king, but also his percentage isn't great. I don't know, just a thought. I'm not an expert, but I've seen him do snaps, and he's got them.
He does, yeah. There are a few times he lined up on his correct left side and he didn't go around the body and missed. So I'm not sure. As you said, we're not goal kicking experts. We'll let Jamie Graham sort that out. But yeah, I found it a little bit interesting too when he lined up and missed a couple from his side. Waiting room's pretty packed, believe it or not. I'll let you go. Anything else before I do?
No, just like, keep it going, bag the good wins, and then next week just bag Carlton. Please don't docker it up. Just don't docker it up. We're not dockering this season. This is not a dockery season. This is a Hawthorny season.
Well, we're wearing the anchor next week, so maybe we will docker it up. Thanks for joining yet again, mate. Always appreciated. Amos seems to be getting a crap ton of confidence over the last couple of weeks. He does, yeah. Better read where's Purple Fate runs info. Murphy Roach, rising star. I'm loving this chat. Run home. Carlton plucky when they play. Porter home can be dangerous even with injuries. Brisbane, even though they lost, are still good. Bulldogs getting desperate. Yeah, look, every game's a tough one in the AFL. Especially against teams or plucky teams like Carlton and Port, where their season's done, but they do like to ruffle some feathers. I'm really struggling to get through these fan cams. Get me any medication. Far out. Perfect comeback for Hayden Young winning the medal. I'm not going to bother anymore with the story. It takes the word limits to never. No, Josh, I'm going to get into the next fan cam. I want that story in chat by the time we finish. I'm really excited to hear it. All right, Patrick, you're up next, mate. Hello.
Go, mate.
How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, pretty good win. Bit flat with Josh, just not telling us the story, but wouldn't mind hearing what happened in the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
I will be sticking around for that one, but yeah, no. Anyway, onto the game. I did think, obviously, Hayden Young will get his flowers and, Brayshaw, and obviously I thought Isaiah Dudley was really plucky in the first half.
Yep.
Like when all the other forwards were sort of not firing. Even when he doesn't kick a goal, he finds the ball so well. And I really rate that. like about his game. Like it looks, definitely has natural like talent for forward craft, which is good to see. But yeah, overall, like sort of frustrating midway through the game. Like it's a bit of a hard watch. Watching us kick 8 points in a row while they kick
Yeah.
4 goals. But no, one thing I will note, I thought our backs were a little bit shaken. Like I thought they were a bit rattled. I don't know. I'll see what I don't know what you thought, but I thought our backs were like kind of rattled at one point. Heath Chapman gets caught holding the ball. There was one on the goal square, maybe. I can't remember, but yeah, there was a couple where I was thinking our back line looked a bit shaky. Like, what did you think?
A little bit. I remember Jordan Clark doing a kick across the 50 and just buttering it up. I think West Coast didn't punish us from it because Liam Ryan had the set shot and he was spraying them all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did think we were a little bit rattled. I think defensively we were quite good all day. Like I think Omac and Cox both had good games. Luke Ryan, Heath Chapman, but I agree our ball usage was a little bit shaky. Like Luke Ryan had some stinkers out of there. Chappie, Clark, some real good ball users, well-known good ball users, just had some blunders. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, nah, there's that. But one thing I was super wrapped with was probably the ability for, like Hayden Young. I think not only is he like skillful and everything, he lifted us out of a hole. Like we had kicked 8 points in a row. It was getting to nearly 20-point lead. I was like, oh shit, here we go. And he just slots one from the boundary, like kicks 3, could have probably had 4. If he wasn't subbed off, like unreal game. And like it's like it's another person who can get off the chain, where there's the tag on Sarong, there's a tag on Jordan Clark, or there's a tag on Hayden Young, really. I don't know if they tagged today, like I wasn't in on that, whether or not they did, because Sarong was quiet. Like
I think Sarong was Brady Hoff, I believe.
Yeah, well-known tagger, Brady Hoff. I wasn't aware of his tagging game, but that's I thought it was like the game was. It's one of those. Yeah, no, lids are on still. Well, they're off from last week. The lid is off. It's in the bottom of my car, but it's off. Yeah, this one is also off.
Yeah, good.
But unfortunately, they might be staying same because it wasn't a convincing win. Or it was like convincing score-wise, but 18 points, mate. What are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
to be honest, I think the lid status is sort of just like the lid's just sitting on top of the bottle. Like it's not Titans, it's just like sitting on top. It's ready to burst off whenever it needs to. But I think it was just one of those wins where we got the job done. 49 points. It's exactly what we expected. And as you just mentioned, 18 points is pretty despicable considering how many easy set shots we missed. Like we'll sing the praises of Vossi and Amos, but they had 2 behinds each. Shea had 3 behinds. And then just some real easy misses in front of goal from Sarong and Murphy Reid even. So, yeah, a little bit frustrating.
Yeah. Nah, look, all in all, like when you look at the scoreboard, 49-point win, could have had more for the percentage, whatever. But the win, obviously, going in, I was like, I'm just happy for a win because I was absolutely packing it in. Like, especially they kicked the first, they look like they're probably on. But good game and all. 49 points, take it any day of the week. Like we're just the biggest club in WA, and also $1 billion fine to Harley Reid because he's just shit, and Murphy Reid's better. And
I think Billion's probably underestimated.
The crowd and 9 goals down. Like
that was the craziest thing I think I've ever seen in a derby. Like to have the balls to go and just shush 55,000 Freo fans when your team is getting smoked on national television. Like, I can't believe he actually thought that might be a good idea. It's a fair play to him because I wouldn't have done it.
Oh God, mate! They're also 1-19. Like, could finish the season with 1 win. They don't like their captains, allegedly. A lot of West Coast fans I've spoken to don't like either captain, which is interesting. But I don't know. He was like probably their most damaging player. I don't know who's the opposition best on ground. I don't know if Job Shanahan looked right, and then he decked Carl Warner off the play for no reason, so that was pretty funny. But I don't know. I don't really know what. Do you know? Who do you reckon was your oppo best on ground?
Liam Baker by a fair way, I would have thought. He had 24 touches, 3 goals. Like he was very, very good.
True. Yeah, true. But I don't know. It's pretty funny watching us win another derby. I'll always be nervous for derbies. I don't care. We could win 20 in a row. Still be nervous. So anyway, good win.
Great win, up the Dockers, and we'll own the West Coast Eagles Football Club till the club folds. So thanks for joining again, mate.
Can't wait. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. All right, we got the story. Hold tight. Joshua's story is in the chat. So I missed the first... Jesus. So I missed the first 5 minutes of the game, trying to find my seats, and once I found them, there was this recovering stroke victim or something sitting in my seat. Mind you, I was in row 18, so I was confused on how she got up there. And then these two Eagles supporters told us they might be taking the piss and trying to make us go somewhere else, but it all got sorted out. So there was an alleged stroke victim potentially pretending. Now, look, Fremantle fans would not do that. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to like allege that they were faking it, because they very well could have had that stroke. But if there was any potential of a piss take, then there you go. That needs to be taken up with Optus Stadium security. Anyone see what Harley Reid's injury was? Also, kudos to Freo fans for not booing off when he got injured. Yeah. I was very happy we didn't do that either, because I was scared we would, and we would have been flamed for it. Harley's injury was... It says nil. I'm not sure. Harley Reid limps off late. Tackle. He limped from the... I've got no idea. He just got crunched in a tackle by Carl Warner, which is very funny. I've got no idea, though. I'm samming my Switkowski and prancing my pony. Good gear. She was a West Coast supporter, by the way, so I don't know. Yeah, who knows with West Coast fans. They're an interesting bunch. I'm going to be on for max 10 more minutes, by the way. We've just had a very obvious derby win. There isn't too much to unpack, and I need to get off and recover. So we'll get through 2 more, I reckon, unless anyone else wants to join the fan cams. We'll get Freo on next. Hello, mate.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Enjoy the game?
Yeah.
Who do you think played well?
I'll say Young.
Yup. Anyone else?
Goodness. Brayshaw as well.
Yeah, Andy was very good. Yeah. Who do you think played well for West Coast?
No one.
Yeah, exactly right. That's absolutely correct answer. Thank you very much, mate. Did you go to the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great to hear, mate. Well, thanks for jumping on and giving your thoughts on the game and up the Dockers.
Yeah.
Great yarn with the great man Freo. Also, love the creation of this channel, big for the culture. Sincerely, Murphy Reid lookalike that's in his car often. Well, you were the bloke. Yeah, I was a bit confused. Like, Murphy Reid's usually in his car straight after the game on the fan cams, and all of a sudden he's in his room with a big Holden flag in the back. It was and fair play. He just went and got Glendenning Allen medal votes, and then got straight on the fan cams. It's good to see that he's always dedicated to the Freo Faithful channel. So yeah, shout out Murph / Patrick Money. Which part of the ground do you think are most vulnerable at come finals? Defense without Alex Pearce, I would have 100% say. That being said, they played really well against Collingwood. Our midfield can't be vulnerable, surely. Like, our contest numbers have been a bit iffy, but we've got Hayden Young back in there. That's really fixed some stuff up. And I think our forward line's got such a good mix. Like, when we need to go smaller, we bring in Dudley. And when we don't, we just play an extra midfielder. So we're getting the mix really well, really good at the moment. I'd say probably the backs without Alex Pearce, but when Alex Pearce is in there, God knows who. Sometimes we might be a little bit undersized against some forward lines, but as a unit, we usually play pretty well. Now, I actually walked past this bloke outside the ground at Optus today after the game. He was getting a photo with about 30 people. Average. Hello, mate.
I didn't even see you.
Yeah, and I saw you from a distance, mate. You're posed up with 30 lads.
Yo, what's up?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
Good. You like Hayden Young now?
What do you mean, like Hayden Young? You're acting like I never liked Hayden Young.
Oh, no. No, because like I said in my song, he's a part of real big three.
We are
And
needing a
we all
rendition
know.
tonight. Considering Hayden Young just won the medal, we absolutely need a rendition.
Probably. I probably do a Hayden Young one, but I need to figure out a song for that. But yeah, three goals. Damn. I mean, he did it before, but like, damn, Hayden Young, we all love him. We all love him. Okay. Nothing too much. I like the forward presence. Like it's sometimes like, with Patrick Voss, James, Josh Tracy, you never know who's going to kick the most goals. Honestly, do you agree on that?
I do. It's a great dynamic we've got down there, to be honest. You never know who's going to fire. And when you've got our best forward, Josh Tracy, who's not firing, and we're still winning, then, yeah, great signs.
That's pretty good, I must say. Rachel, he did pretty good. Shea Bolton, no cockiness. Just kick the goals. I want the goals. We all want the goals. I know we all wanted a percentage boost, but it's a game. It's a game. It's like we do not have to go crazy. This is not grand final. Okay.
Oh, sort of is my grand final, mate. We're going all the way.
This is probably was like a grand final for the Eagles, but no. But yeah, that's mainly what I want to say. Matthew Reid, well done. That's why he's the better Reid as always, and that's probably all good. Okay, thank you everybody in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
What just happened? You never know what you're gonna get from average week in, week out. But that's what we've gotten today. So whether you like it or not, that's what you've gotten. Yeah, my dad's often in the chats. There was some boos when Reid got carried off. There would have been a very small minority, but for the most part, there was nothing. Does Sharpie come in next week? Probably not. I don't think we'll have a change next week. The only change we hopefully make is Alex Pearson for Omac. Omac played well today, but he's just the full guy when we need an extra key back to come in. But yeah, hopefully that's the only change. Jeez. Who else is out? Well, Jono won't be back next week. Did Peel play today? Let's see if Peel played today. Let's see any perform. No, Peel played tomorrow against West Coast. Why wasn't that before the game at Optus today? Who knows? But yeah, Peel played tomorrow, so stay tuned with that. Anything else in chat? Not really. We've been on for about 35 minutes. I think we got everything out of the system. Saw you unlucky the other week at East v South. Oh, did ya? There you go. There you go. Big win for South there. Fife might come back in too, but plays only a sub. Yeah, true. Well, in that case, it'd be Fife in for Erasmus as sub, you'd think. Maybe Fife in for Dudley, depending on what mix we go with. I think the rotation of Erasmus and Dudley is very matchup based, so we can go either or there. Reid actually would be so stiff not to win the Rising Star. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, he really does need a... He needs the Ron Evans medal around his neck, let's be real. He was stiff not to win the Ross Glendinning Allen medal today. So, yeah, he's stiff in a lot of things, but it doesn't matter. Murph doesn't need medallions to, highlight how good of a player he is. Came for the retro kit. Yeah, exactly right. We'll have the retro branding all over the channel throughout the week, all over the socials, the channel. So get ready for that. That'll be exciting. Yeah, I think Raz is gone. I think he's out the door, to be honest. I think he was playing against his future club today. Looked like the Bulldogs were in for him too. We'll join the Hayden Crozier club of leaving Freo to go to the Bulldogs. So there you go. And the Rory Lobb club. Only another 8 days until my glorious late grey Scout returns. Hopefully just as a sub. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully Alex Pearson, Nat Pfeiffer in next week. That is what we would be hoping for. I was wearing the Freo Retro today. It's really nice in person compared to the pictures. I reckon it looked elite in the pictures. And I think it would look elite in person. I've got the white version of it. I've got a white long sleeve from 2008 in the closet. And it's beautiful. Love the collar. Beautiful, beautiful jumper. All right. Well, we've been on for about 40 minutes. I am in absolute all sorts. And we've been in West Coast by 49. There's not too much to discuss. Podcast will be out Monday. And we move on to Carlton. Swift as that. Wasn't the best performance, but we got a big win. We got the 4 points. We stay in the 8. And we keep closing into the top 4. And that's all that matters. I'm not sure what the scores are in the other game at the moment. Let's see. Come on, Port. Port Adelaide are down by 29. Geelong are leading 110 to 23 in the third quarter. That is ridiculous. So yeah, that don't even know what to say about that. Was hoping North could do us a favour, but apparently not. Happy enough today with today. Just a lot of behinds. Go Freo. Exactly right. As long as we fix that up next week, we'll be all good. I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you all for watching. Stay across all the socials for all the post-game stuff on the Instagram. Podcast on YouTube and Spotify will be out Monday. What else? All the build-up to the Carlton game throughout the week. Hopefully the Oppo view returns this week as well. And yeah, stay across it all. Up the Dockers. Great to get the dub. I'll see you next time.